I did it. I made it through the night. And weekend's over. We're still here because it's Taito's birthday, so we're gonna be having a little party. It'll be really nice. Everyone's feeling amazing. Yesterday was some shit. I told you guys yesterday morning that I was gonna go into last night with no fear, and it was gonna be profound and amazing because I'm not gonna have fear. And so Justin had told me something beforehand, because I told him, I said, I just gotta let go tonight, because I didn't last night. And as long as I let go, everything will be great. Otherwise, I'm gonna be going home in pain. And I can't be doing that because I literally physically have tension and I mentally have tension, and I need to let go. And I even told Justin that, like I said, I'm gonna go home in pain if I don't do that, so I need to do that. So we all drink our cups. Everyone else got the rapé beforehand, but I was a little chicken and wanted the chacruna, which some people say is the rapé is way stronger, and some people say they're almost the same. But so I got my aya, I drank my cup, and then after a few minutes I got my chacruna, a beach nostril, and feels like going underwater, and you've got like the powder all in your throat, and immediately I pretty much ran in, sneezed. A couple minutes later, puking. Get a lot of the puke out. I was thinking to myself this time that I don't want any interruptions when I'm trying to dive deep, so I want to get all of the puke out now so I don't have to get up in the middle of my meditation. So I was really, as the visuals were coming on, I was really still trying to just get more out, So I did that as much as I could, and then I laid down, and it started coming on really strong. The visuals were taking over, just like they did last night, really intense. It was interesting because the visuals last night were very colorful and otherworldly. The only things that were familiar were maybe silhouettes of dancing people, dancing, and hands, and all moving and everything. But that was the only thing that was maybe familiar, was a silhouette of a human shape spinning, But last night it was really interesting that all the visuals, it was almost imagine 3-second clips, and it's switching between 50 of them, and it's the same 3-second clips for all 50, but it's switching between all of them, and it's really fast, and each one's beautiful and dancing. But this time, instead of the clips, like I said, being outer worldly, they were all more familiar, part of this world. One of them, I could see it was I couldn't see the face, but I could see it was a figure of a man with shorts on, dancing in a room by himself with wooden floors. And that was just one of the clips, but I kind of focused on it because it was something that I could recognize as something familiar. I know if I focused on other ones, I probably could have recognized other things, but it was easy to focus on that one, and I kept thinking all the other clips were gonna disappear, and it was just gonna be that one guy talking to me and with the wooden floors. But I mean, I never got that far. But I thought it was interesting that maybe the reason things are familiar was maybe because I was so scared last night that maybe Mother Aya this time gave me more familiar visuals instead, things that I can be more comfortable with, And I was appreciative of that because it was more comforting, seeing, I was thinking, maybe I'm going to see my own living room instead of seeing, this giant empty white space, which for some reason is scary to me. I don't know why. So I'm going through all these clips, and they're getting more intense. And, last night, or the night before, like I said, my left eye disappeared, my right eye disappeared until, my head was floating, and, but this time, it was, I was heavy and just flat onto my mat, getting heavier and heavier, and I started getting really hot, under my head was just so hot. I had to rip my pillow from underneath my head, and I felt guilty because I was that's distracting me, and I'm just being I'm being a brat complaining about the heat and the pillow, and I should be focusing, but whatever. But so I yanked the pillow, and I'm okay, I'm back, I'm focusing, and I'm laying down, I'm really trying to not do what I did the first night, which was freak out right at like the biggest part. And I was really, really, really trying to like just let go, you know, and dive into it. But it was getting more intense, more intense. I started sweating profusely. I was so hot. I was on fire. The nausea was coming back a little bit. Like I was getting so uncomfortable, and I was trying so hard to like be good and not freak out and to like let go into the experience. And then at one point I was thinking about like what I didn't even tell you what Justin said. I told Justin that I didn't want to, that I have to like let go tonight, but his response to me was, I'm going in with expectations to either be happy or disappointed, one or the way. And I shouldn't be disappointed, because no matter what happens is meant to happen. And of course I like snapped at him when he said that, because I was like, no, I need to let go. And so right when it was at this really intense moment where I was thinking like, I need to surrender, like his response came into my head, which is like, you don't have to, you know. And I pretty much was like, you know what, like I'm freaking out and this is not pleasant and I'm sweating and like I sat up. I'm like, I'm not trying to go deeper into that, because who was I kidding? Like that shit's intense. And I was like I said, super hot. Like it was like I was in a sauna. Like it was so much sweat. Like and I was thinking maybe that's a good thing, you know, maybe like things are sweating out, I don't know. But I was like, okay, like I need to get up, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, you know, maybe that'll help. I gotta pee, you know, get something out, like do something different, go outside. So I go to the bathroom, and like it felt nice to, you know, be on a toilet, because it feels like, you know, you can just like and like and be like alone, like you know when like you're at work or something and you go hide on the toilet. It almost felt like that for a minute, like like the safety of. And then I was like, okay, no, I don't want to get stuck in the bathroom and be here forever. So I was like, let me just finish real quick. And then so I came out and sat on the patio and wanted to be outside for a little bit, because maybe the fresh air would help, you know. And I kind of just like laid on the patio ground. Everyone else is going through their crazy experiences. Like I'm walking past people puking, I'm walking past people talking, walking past people. Everyone's going through their own crazy stuff. So no, I don't look silly when I'm just like rolling all over the patio floor. At this point, I like just wanted it to be over. I felt like at this point I just want to get home and I want to see my son, and I appreciate my life so much. I appreciate everything. Something that Mother Aya told me the first night I forgot to mention to you is she mentioned something about like, she's like, and by the way, she's like, your couch, she's like, I almost want to get rid of it. She's like, I hate that thing. She's like, get off the damn couch. she's like, I almost want to throw it away. And I thought that was really funny she said that, because like that's like a huge thing for me going home. Like, you know, Taita's always saying that, like, you know, the medicine isn't the big healer, that you are, and that you need to go home and change things. And that's what we came here to do, is to be a better human being. Not, he used his words, he said, we didn't come here for a spiritual experience. We came here to be a better human being, which in turn will lead us to a spiritual life. And that's beautiful, because you can't be spiritual without being a better human. And I need to love more. I need to get off my ass more and go do things. I need to just do things. I need to stop just like smoking weed and sitting around the house. I need to get up. I need to like, there's so much out there to do, and I'm just like wasting time sitting on my couch, you know, like staring at my phone or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is. And so eventually, like I'm still on the patio floor. Every once in a while I'll sit up and puke in my bucket. Thank God I brought my bucket and my water. I'm like drinking water. I'm not having a good time. And at one point, like, so I was like really, I kept thinking like, am I normal yet? Like I just still had this like deep nausea, like ugh. And by the way, like when I keep talking all this like misery about it. Like, it's the most transformative, life-changing experience. Like, don't let that discourage you, like, please. So I go back inside or no, I didn't, hold on. So I'm like on the patio and hating everything happening to me right now. And then like after a while, me still like sweating, like after a while I just kind of like sat up, like I'd been there for a little while, and I like snapped up and I was like, inside, blanket. Like, that sounds amazing right now. So I went back inside, and Cameron and Justin were both in our room. They were going through their own thing. I lay down in my blanket. At this point, I'm feeling kind of better. Like, my blanket feels really nice. I have the most fuzziest, like, softest blanket ever. So I'm enjoying my blankie, and I'm laying down. After a little while, I felt like I could really use some touch, like Justin snuggles, and I was like, hey, like, can we touch yet? Like, I really need snuggles. And he was like, I just drank my second cup, and then just started immediately puking, and I'm like, you do what you gotta do, like, I'll be fine over here. So I like lay down again, and at this point I'm feeling a lot better. I'm starting to feel normal, just like slight nausea deep down. I just started thinking about like a million things I need to do, like stuff that I knew I need to do and new things that I remembered. And like every time that I was like, okay, so every time that I was like, all right, that's it, that's all the things that I need to do when I get home, I would think of more and more. Another thing that Aya was telling me, I forgot to tell you, when I was going deeper and deeper in the beginning, when I was trying to like dive deep into the visuals, something Aya was telling me is, you need to learn how to silence your mind. And I was like, wow, like I seriously do, because that's a huge like issue for me. I'm always trying to be productive, you know. I'm always trying to like get this done and make this money, or like get this, or like I'm always trying to like be cleaning or doing, you know, and that's fine. I just need sometimes to silence my mind, because like not only am I doing all these things, but like my brain is just going and going with all these things I gotta do, and I don't want to forget them, because I definitely have ADD. That's something I've discovered a couple months ago, which is I almost imagine it like right here is this big bubble, and this is the main thought that I'm thinking. Like this is the thought that's on my mind right now. And then all around are all these tiny little bubbles, like, and like all around that one. And those are my next thoughts. Like I'm like, if I were to like get rid of this main bubble, then any of those around would easily pop right up, because they're my next train of thought. But then like I have bubbles on the outside of that, which are even farther. And the more I think of this bubble, the more other bubbles, you know, get farther away. Does that make sense? I don't know. So, and it's almost like all the time ideas are like new little bubbles all the time. New little bubbles are coming to my head all the time. And if I don't write it down or anything, then like that bubble's gonna disappear. And that's why I'm always like trying to like write to-do lists. I have all these thoughts, and if I actually get one done, like if that little bubble, if I actually complete that task, then I can pop it and I can like make room for more bubbles, you know. I hope that makes sense to people, because I like, if you have ADD, then like please understand that, and I know you'll understand that, because it's like, and that's why it's so easy for us to forget things. Like you'll be in the middle of something, you know, you'll be in the middle of this bubble, and then you'll like slowly, like you won't even realize it, but like this bubble will come in, and then you'll be like, wait a second, wasn't I working on something, you know? And like sometimes you'll look around the house and realize you stopped right in the middle of doing something, like right in the middle of doing that bubble, and you never even finished, and you're like, how did I get distracted from that? Like I was working on that. And thinking that way, it's been a lot easier to like navigate my life, you know, by making to-do lists, things like that. But at the same time, it means that I have so much going on in here that like when I first wake up in the morning, like when I first open my eyes, I can't let any bubble come right here. Like I have to be like if I want to go back to sleep, I mean, like I have to like not allow any bubbles and go back. But that's the hardest thing to do ever. Like usually the second I open my eyes, it's like pop, bubble, and then and then all of a sudden my brain is just full, and then I gotta get up because I'm like, oh my gosh, like my brain is going and I can't make it stop. And and then, you know, that was also happening when I was trying to dive deep. Like I'm trying to like let go and relax into the experience, and then I'm thinking about this, and then I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking about that. And that's when she told me, she was like, you need to learn like how to silence your mind. And she's like, and it's not just gonna like happen when you say silence, you know, like, is this something I need to practice? Like, I need to meditate, I need to like literally like exercise it like anything else. Like, I need to exercise my brain to do nothing. which is something that I need so I can sleep at night, so I can sleep in the morning, so I can be present for things without trying to remember all the things I gotta do. I can be present in this moment now, you know. That's one of the things that I learned, you know. And then again, like, that just kept popping up, because as I'm getting ready to go to sleep, I'm thinking of like all these things I gotta do tomorrow or today, you know, like when I get home or on my way home, I need to like write this stuff down, because I have so much. Like, I'm getting creative ideas, I'm getting inspiration, I'm like realizing things I haven't done, people I need to talk to, people I need to tell things to. And that's why I fell asleep at like, well, we had no concept at the time, we had no phones or anything, but I'm guessing I fell asleep at like 4:30, you know. And I think Justin fell asleep at like 2 or 2:30. That's like my inner clock guesswork time. But yeah, so I feel amazing today. I feel like I released so much tension. I literally had like mounds of stress tension in my shoulders that are just completely gone now. My back was in pain all week before with just all this tension that had built up of all. And when I say that, so by the way, like every single day, like when you get stressed, you know, that's kind of heavier energy, and it gets stored within your muscles. And if you don't come back to like ground zero and like either like stretch or like come back to your peace moment, you know, then like that energy is going to get stored deeper and deeper. And that's why like these things can be so powerful, because these stored heavy energy that you've stored away, that I've stored away, can surface, and you can actually face it. You have to face it. You might have to cry because you didn't cry when you first stored it, you know, whatever it is. You might have to cry, you might have to yell, you know, but I had to puke, I don't know, but at least these plant medicines can help you bring it to the surface, so you can be rid of it once and for all, so you don't have to be burdened by your past. And it feels really, really nice to have a clean slate. I feel at peace. I feel like every breath that I take can truly be a deep breath. I don't have to like chase it, you know, and take a few to get there. I can be in my center at peace at any moment. And that's really important, and you need to be at that center of peace in order to love other people correctly, and how to treat them right, and to live your life right. And so yeah, that was an absolutely amazing night. I don't think I'm gonna do it again for a long time, and which is a good thing, you know. That means I've got some work to do, you know. I've got some things to change, and that's what we came here for. And as long as I'm doing those things, I shouldn't need to come back for a long time. And then, so today is Taita Pedro's birthday, so we're having a celebration now. Even some people that weren't at this ceremony, but I had met at our last ceremony here, are gonna come for the party. So I'm really excited. We're all about to like have an awesome time, completely sober. We're eating fruit, listening. We're gonna have this. He said it's a surprise. So it's a spiritual reggae band with all original music is gonna be here for his birthday. So I'm so excited. A spiritual reggae band, like what, with original songs? That sounds dope. So I'm super excited. We're about to have a little party, and then we got a 5-hour drive home to see my son. I can't wait to hug my son and my mom. You know how many times I wanted to call my mom last night? Like, when I was at the worst, I just wanted to be like, Mommy, you know? But I'll see her soon, and my son. But thanks for listening to me, guys. It's been amazing, and I encourage all of you to seek Mother Aya. And if you're interested in wondering how you could possibly do that, hit me up. I can definitely get you the connections to where you need to be. And I love you all. I love everything. Everything is perfect. That's another quote from Taita. Everything is perfect.